Yo, what is going on, guys, and welcome back to the next episode of the FIFA 20 Sunderland career mode. So we actually did pretty well last time out, especially in the sim games, but bit of a misty dark cloud, if that's what you want to call it. The Realism mod is not going to be a part of this episode. Unfortunately, there was a patch to FIFA yesterday or the day before. Basically, when FIFA or EA release an update for FIFA and FIFA gets patched, the mods for the previous are compatible with the previous patch, but not with the current patch. So I have to wait for the mod creator FIFA to obviously update the Realism mod to version 1.2 before I can reinstall it back into FIFA. So for this episode, we are back to box standard career mode. So I'm expecting quite a bit of scripting, to be perfectly honest, but you know what? It's perfectly fine. We'll just get on with it. So we have Bury and then Gillingham in this episode, but if I quickly go along to my calendar, pretty sure we've got Leicester. No, we don't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we would end on the Fleetwood game. The next episode after that would be the first leg of the semi-finals in the Carabao Cup. Okay, yo, this career mode is getting fucking exciting, isn't it? Alright, so we've just got league games, I take it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, we've got 5 league games, then 2 cup ties in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. MK Dons. Alright, so the two cup ties are actually in separate episodes. Okay, that's handy to know. That's handy to know. Alright, and guys, and I've been looking for replacements for Chris Maguire and obviously Will Grigg. Now, Chris Maguire is someone that is coming up to the end of his career. He is starting to decline in stats and attributes, so I'm looking to move him on. So I'm looking at replacements like Josh Onomah and Lewis Morgan. So Lewis Morgan used to be on loan at Sunderland. I think it was last season or the season before when we were in the Championship. From Celtic. He's got 4-star skills, 5-star weak foot, he's high-low, 5'10", and he's incredibly pacey. And I mean incredibly pacey. He's like 90 plus pace. That's all he's got in his locker as far as FIFA's concerned, but we can obviously put him through training to up his dribbling, his ball control, his shooting, and his physicality. Josh Onomah, on the other hand, is a left-wing centre mid. Obviously high-low again, so his work rate is fantastic. He's also 6'1", as well. To be perfectly honest, 3-star skills, 3-star weak foot, I'm not that bothered about. They did fluctuate with dynamic play potential. That's part of the whole thing. Just as Lewis Morgan's skill moves and weak foot can change as well. But yeah, Josh Onomah is someone who obviously left Tottenham in the summer and went to Fulham. I like Josh Onomah. I do really like Josh Onomah. I prefer Onomah over Morgan. And to be perfectly honest, the potentials aren't exactly that high either, so we might actually be able to get them on the cheap. I do know that Josh Onomah is 70 rated in this game, and Morgan is about 68, so to be perfectly honest, it does kind of work out well. So what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to go in for Onomah, and I'm going to try and swap Chris Maguire. Alright, so here we are. So player swap wingers, Chris Maguire. What you saying? I think that is a deal for both of our clubs. Swapping Maguire for Onomah fits in with our plans for the squad. Yo! Easy. What do you mean? What do you mean? Easy transfer. Alright, let's get this contract negotiated. So here we have it, the contract negotiations with Josh Onomah. So he wants rotation. Yeah, okay. So obviously Chris Maguire is a crucial or important first team player, but Onomah wants rotation. That's fine. He wants 5 years. Yep. Okay. No release clause. 8,000 per week with a signing bonus of 0. But he wants a grand after 25 goals scored. Yeah, okay. Yo, easy. Easy transfer. Alright, so Chris Maguire going out and Josh Onoma coming in January. So that's Aidan McGeady. So if we have a look at our sent offers, so obviously Francis and Mazu there, 78. Wait, fucking what? He shot up? Right. When I first signed him, he was 70 rated. Now all of a sudden he's 78. I mean, I'll take it, don't get me wrong, but... Right. But yeah, we've got Francis Amazu coming in for Aidan McGeady, and we've got Josh Onoma as well coming in for Chris Maguire. So those are two really good signings. I mean, Francis Amazu, 78 rated. He's suddenly shot up. I need to look into this. Okay, guys, so it looks like there's a bug with dynamic player potential. So basically, the stats that get added on with the morale bonus and everything as such get added to the overall should they grow by 1. So Francis Amazu must have been playing pretty good. Obviously, dynamic player potential is part of your, like, is to do with you, but for some strange reason, pre-patch, I've just looked into this. To be perfect, like, the way it works is, he was obviously playing really well. His morale was obviously, like, his form was high. So that's why all of a sudden he's 78 rated. So that could change, that, you know, he could go straight back down to being 70 rated for all I know. But, yo, EA, you've made a messed up game, bruv. You've made a messed up game. Either way, Josh Onoma is coming in. Hopefully he doesn't have a growth spurt. If he does, then fair enough. We'll just go with it. You know, we'll work with it. If not, then, you know, we get him at 70 rated. But if he does end up going up to, like, say, 74, 75, then I don't know. I really don't know. Either way, the whole business with Amuzu aside, you know, again, apparently it's bugged. I'll just take it for what it is. But yeah, going into the game against Bury, we'll just get back on track here. So yeah, game against Bury, away from home, going with the first team. Let's do it. Denver Hume coming down this left-hand side. He had a really, really good episode last time out. Chris Maguire back into Hume. Hume. Denver couldn't get it at your feet. Good header by Flanagan. Ledbetter. Denver Hume. Maguire with a long shot. Maguire with a very long shot. And it's saved. Alright. Chris Maguire warming up. Hume to swing this in. It's Dobson with a really bad header. That was terrible. George Dobson, good header. Will Grigg. He's looking for the run of Mason Greenwood. Gets it. Greenwood. Good first touch. Good dribbling. Mason Greenwood. Keeps it in. Keeps it in play. It's Grigg on the turn. It's unlucky. Grigg. Greenwood. McGeady. Couldn't find Grigg. It comes off dribble. Grigg gets there first. Grigg swings it back in. It's Greenwood on the turn. It's such a scrappy goal. I wasn't quite sure where that was going, but it has ended up in the back of the net. Thank you, Mason Greenwood. Oh, I wasn't quite sure where that was going, but Grigg, very good work by Will Grigg, obviously trying to plant the idea into my head that he doesn't want to leave the club. But he manages to get there ahead of the keeper and obviously manages to retain possession. He swings it back in, it bounces somehow through to Greenwood without being cleared, and he puts it into the bottom corner. Grigg. Oh, this is good play. Will Grigg, get your shot off. Why did I expect that to even end up on target? Like, come on, man. Come on, bruh. You're better than that. Into Grigg, into Greenwood. Mason Greenwood finds McGeady, who sinks it back for Chris Maguire, and that is a beautifully worked goal. Chris Maguire, who is on his way out, as well as Aidan McGeady, but the two older men in the team linking up. And that was a really well worked goal. Grigg, Greenwood, McGeady, Maguire. Let's go. All 4 forward players involved in that attack. I like that. Grigg has actually put in a really good performance this game, to be fair. Georgie Dobson getting the shot off. It's come off the defender. It's a corner. But yeah, Will Grigg has put in a really good performance this game. You know, the link-up play, his movement. He's actually trying to, like... It's as if he's trying to make a statement to say, you know, don't get rid of me, boss. You know, I can still score goals. What do you mean? And can he still score goals? Of course he can. Of course he can. Will Grigg getting on the score sheet. Like I say, he's put in a really, really good performance this game so far. And to be perfectly honest, after this performance, you know, I want to keep hold of him, but he is like one of the eldest teammates, if you know what I mean. I like my youth. I like my youth. I really like my youth. Hence the Onoma deal at the start of the episode. But Will Grigg, like I say, is putting in a very influential performance up top right now. And your man of the match was Mason Greenwood with a 9.3 rating. Chris Maguire, Will Grigg there on 9.1. McGeady 9.2. Everyone on really good ratings. McLaughlin and Willis there on average ratings, I would say. Anything above an 8 is a really good rating, in my opinion. But yeah, the 2 centre mids as well, Ledbetter and Dobson, obviously had really good games as well. Whole round, like the entire team performance, 3-0 win was really, really good. Will Grigg, like I say, putting in an influential performance up top, trying to make a statement as if he wants to stay at the club. But we'll see what happens. And moving on to our striker situation. And, you know, Will Grigg did put in a really good performance last game. But Luciano Acosta is someone who I've had my eye on, not just in FIFA, but in real life, you know, over the past, say, 3 years. And yes, he's 5'3", but he has some really, really good stats. And, you know, I'm pretty sure, you know, he's high-low, so he's not going to be defending. You know, he's a striker, left wing, right wing. He can get in behind. He's got really good ball control, really good dribbling. The shooting stats I'm not too bothered about because he's going to be getting into positions where the shooting stats aren't really going to matter. And the shooting stats aren't that different to Will Grigg's. So I'm thinking of trying a straight swap. Or... oh, hang on. We can get him on a free transfer. He's got 6 months left on his contract. We could get Luciano Acosta on a free transfer at the end of the season. I'm going to do that. Okay, so negotiation time for Luciano Acosta. He wants rotation, which is fine. I don't know what I'm agreeing to. Counter. Oh, years of contract. Okay. So I'm guessing he's asking for 5 years, seeing as how the option isn't there. So I'm just going to go ahead and accept. Disregard release clause. That's not going to work. He's going to... what? FIFA, what have you done? What? Just accept. Now that let's talk money. 8 grand. Submit. I don't know what's going on! I'm just going to hit accept. What have we agreed to? He's agreed a contract. FIFA, I don't know. FIFA's broken. FIFA's broken. FIFA's broken. This is what happens when we don't have the fucking realism mod, man. FIFA's broken. FIFA is broken. Alright, so send offers. Luciano Acosta. So he's agreed to 8 grand. 5-year contract. And he wants $1 grand for 25 goals scored. So he wants the same as Josh Onoma. He's got the exact same contract as Josh Onoma. Whatever. So he's got he has 7 months left on his contract. So we've agreed pre-contract terms with Luciano Acosta. He'll join the team as soon as the transfer window opens. So whether that be January or whether that be end of the season, I'm not quite sure. I'm pretty sure it's end of the season. It just says joining Sunderland when the transfer window opens. So I assume it's in January. If it is in January, then sound, we can swap him out for Will Grigg, etc. But until, obviously, that happens, then... Yo, fucking FIFA is broken, boys. FIFA is broken. Alright, so the first of 3 sim games in this episode, but this is the first sim game that we're going to be having, and it's against Gillingham, so bang, and boom, it's a 3-0 win. Kimpioka and Watmore getting on the score sheet. Watmore really starting to come into his own over the past few episodes, which I'm really, really happy about. But that is a simple, straightforward 3-0 win, and I'm absolutely buzzing with that. So, third game of the episode, ladies and gentlemen, and we have Bolton at home. Obviously, festive period, so games are really, really close together. That's why I'm swapping out between the rotation team and the first team pretty regularly now. So, again, jumping straight into this, straight into the Bolton game. Nothing less than 3 points from this. Bolton coming forward down this right-hand side. Swings across in. Comfortable for Luke O'Nien. So comfortable for Luke O'Nien. Picked up by McGeady. McGeady's going to have to go on a run here. He's still got it. And Mason Greenwood's on the run. Greenwood uses his lightning pace to get in behind. Somehow got the ball. We're working this well. Dobson. I don't know where Dobson's going, but he needs to feed it into... Oh! We couldn't get it into Grigg. That was unlucky. Chris Maguire. Can't swing that ball in. Falls to Denver Hume, still keeping it alive. Big uncut segment right here. Greenwood into McGeady, into Luke O'Nien. Luke O'Nien swings that ball in. It's Will Grigg, and he's just somehow like karate kicked it, kinda. You know, the left foot jump, right foot volley. I don't know what you call that, but he's done it into the net. Big uncut segment, but done. Done. 1-0. Good tackle, George Dobson. George Dobson being fantastic in this episode so far. Mason Greenwood bursting in behind. Georgie Dobson deserves a goal. Georgie Dobson hits the bloody post. Oh man, Ledbetter picks up the ball. Into Dobson. Greg, I need you to make that run, my guy. That's not the run. Never mind. Luke O'Nien keeping it alive. Dobson. Greenwood. Grigg. Will Grigg. Missed it. Chris Maguire. Switches the play to McGeady. Greenwood. McGeady. Will Grigg. Unlucky. Really, really good chance. So we're coming into the final minutes of the game, guys, and to be perfectly honest, we've had the chances. You're not going to see many highlights from both games in this episode. You know, you'll only see a few highlights here and there. But we've had chances, we just haven't been able to put them away. Obviously, Dobson hitting the post, the free kick from Hume, you know, Griggs' mistimed shot earlier in the game as well, and it all adds up, you know, like, it's chances that we should have put away and we haven't, and Bolton coming forward. And it's moments like that where, you know, it's FIFA's still doing that thing where, you know, the game doesn't pass to the right player even though you're pointing in the exact direction where you want it to go. You're not putting a lot of power in the pass, etc. It's still doing little tiny things like that, and it really shouldn't be. So your man of the match is Luke O'Nien on an 8.3 rating. Everyone else just had a bang average game. Will Grigg there getting an 8.1, scoring the only goal of the match. But Luke O'Nien's solid defensive effort from him at right back. Filled in at centre back a couple of times when Flanagan or Willis went missing, but overall it was an okay performance. 2 more sim games of the episode left to go, and the first one is against Doncaster, so we're going to go ahead and advance. And it's a 2-1 victory. McLaughlin getting sent off, which is not a good thing. But McNulty coming in with a brace. Fantastic brace there from McNulty. But again, McLaughlin there, Conor McLaughlin there, just not happy with that red card. Alright guys, and Onuma, Amuzu and Acosta have all joined the team. I have swapped the teams around accordingly. Obviously Maguire and McGeady have left, so I've had to swap them. I've had to put Onuma and Amuzu in manually. Acosta did join the team after all once the window opened. It looks like we just bought out his contract, so we didn't have to wait till the end of the season after all. Acosta comes straight in for Will Grigg, so Will Grigg can now go onto the transfer list, which I'll do now. Will Grigg and add to the transfer list. Charlie White as well can be added to the transfer list because we don't need him either. But yeah, we're looking pretty strong. We're looking pretty strong in that regard. Obviously, Luciano Acosta there. Looking very decent. Obviously, Mark McNulty as well, I'm very happy with as well. So yeah, we're looking really good in that respect. Kim Yoka there plus 15 is absolutely incredible. I don't know why he shot up to 15, but I think that's because of the pre-patch bug. As well, obviously, as Amuzu comes straight in at 78 rated for some strange reason. Onuma there comes in at 73, giving him Maguire's old squad number. Amuzu, I've given him 15, but I'm thinking I'm just going to give him McGeady's old number of 19 for now, at least until I can, you know, figure out a few more things about the squad. And the last sim game of the episode is Fleetwood, 1st of January, New Year's Day 2020. Acosta, Onuma, Amuzu all getting debuts, and it's a 4-0 win. Amuzu getting on the score sheet in his first game for the club. Acosta and Onuma coming off for Gooch and McNulty, but that's perfectly fine. But yeah, Greenwood there getting on the score sheet, Amuzu, Ledbetter and Hume. Hume getting on the score sheet yet again, which is absolutely fantastic. So the League One table is as follows. We are comfortably sitting top of the league by 22 points. So we can actually ease up on the gas a bit and focus on our objectives for the season, which was reached the round of 32, I do believe, in the FA Cup. And I know for a fact that our next game is Gillingham in that competition in the 3rd round. So the round of 32 I don't think starts until round 4 or 5. So we have we need to knuckle down in that competition and get that objective done as far as the board is concerned, just to keep them happy. Obviously, we need to win the league. It looks like we've won the league. You know, we're still unbeaten after 25 games, and you know we've got a really good squad in order to do that. Obviously, Amuzu coming in bugged has really solidified our place at the top of the league, if you know what I mean. Onuma, I'm hoping does really well as Luciano Acosta. So we'll see how they play in the next episode, give them actual series debuts. And we'll take it from there. So let me know what you think of the signings in the comments section down below. Me personally, I think I've done pretty well considering there was no comments on the last video, and I've kind of gone for like youth plus cheap options, you know what I mean, because we haven't exactly had the money to go out and splash. So I've worked with what resources we had. Obviously aging players that are actually still kind of worth something to a cheap player or a cheap team, and I've sort of brought someone in. So for example, I've got rid of McGeady, who was worth something to Anderlecht, and I've brought Amuzu in, and obviously Amuzu being young and full of potential plus dynamic player potential, we can work this to our advantage. So it's starting to look really good. We're starting to build a really solid team now. Obviously, going into next season, going into season 2, I will make several changes to the team. I will bring Ruben Samut into the team. I will bring Barley Mumba into the team. I will probably make a few more transfers depending on how much money we get from obviously the other competitions as well, because I want to make a good cup run of this. You know, I want to try and win as much as I can, especially in the first season. But the Leicester games, obviously the Leicester game next episode and the episode after is going to be tricky. But yeah, like I say, thanks for watching, guys. If you have enjoyed this episode, drop a thumbs up, we greatly appreciate it. If you're new around here, hit that subscribe button and the notifications icon so you know when I release new content or go live. Like I say, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in a bit.